Hi, hello. It's Kelly BL Chef, and I'm here with Yoshi and August Sarah. Sarah, welcome back. We are watching Boys in Love, episode 11. Whoa, we are on the penultimate. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm sad it's almost over.
It feels like we just started the show.
I know. It's so cute. It's been a little bit of a joy bomb well, not all the time. Sometimes we wanted to rage. But for the most part, it's been super cute.
It's been a joy bomb for any time that the mom's not on the show.
Yeah, they're basically pretty much that. All right. Let's get into it before I start coughing.
สลับกันถ่ายแล้วกันได้ละ
มึงแกล้งกูปะเนี่ยโคตรหล่ออ่ะไอ้สัตว์ต้าเราแค่ว่าสุดท้ายแล้วเราจะเป็นแค่แฟนผู้ชายตอนม่อนในโรงเรียนชายล้วนอ่ะ
ไม่ต้องกลัวนะคิมเรามั่นใจว่าเราไม่สับสนแน่นอน
กูไม่ได้ทุนว่ะคือมึงไม่ต้องทำเป็นโอเคก็ได้เว้ย
เหมือนเป้าหมายที่กูมีมันหายไปหมดเลยอ่ะ
ที่ผ่านมามึงเก่งมากใช่ไหมเราจะมาช่วยกันตามหาสิ่งที่มึงชอบจริงๆกันนะ
Okay, we're good.
Buddy.
You guys sound different.
What was wrong?
I didn't have my headphones on. I was like, da-dee-da.
That'll do it. Aww. I think they were at the girls' concert today. I saw them taking pictures with Emmy. Aww.
Na, 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 na. Oh boy. Oh.
เมื่อวันจบการศึกษาใกล้เข้ามาผมก็มีแต่ความรู้สึกกังวลไม่ได้กังวลแค่เรื่องการหาที่เรียนต่อแต่มันรวมไปถึงชีวิตหลังจากนั้นด้วยการจบม.ปลายไม่ใช่เส้นชัยของชีวิตวัยรุ่นแต่เป็นเพียงจุดเริ่มต้น
Oh wait, we're from his point of view?
ใครจะบอกได้ล่ะว่าอนาคต
Yeah,
จะเป็นยังไง
guess so.
I was like, I don't know this boy. What an interesting choice for episode 11.
แล้วชีวิตของเราหลังจากนี้ล่ะจะยากขึ้นกว่าเดิมไหม
Yes it will
Hashtag life gets worse.
No!
แต่ก็นั่นแหละในช่วงเวลาที่เปรียบได้กับรอยต่อของชีวิตมัธยมกับอนาคตที่เลือนลางนี้เรามีทางเลือกอยู่2ทางนั่นก็คือกังวลกับอนาคตที่ยังไม่เกิดขึ้นหรือจะมีความสุขอยู่กับปัจจุบัน
I feel like he's an enjoy the present type of kid.
ผมเลือกอย่างหลังผมเลือกที่จะมีความสุขกับช่วงเวลาสุดท้ายของการเป็นเด็กม.ปลายให้มากที่สุดเพื่อที่วันหนึ่งผมจะมองย้อนกลับมาผมจะได้ไม่รู้สึกเสียดายมัน
Aww.
และนี่คือสิ่งเดียวที่เราทำได้คือการมีความสุขกับปัจจุบัน
Look at his cute little hat and his cute little yellow shirt.
โอ้โหนี่มึงเขียนเองเลยเหรอวะ
เปล่าอ่ะมีคนส่งมาให้ตีพิมพ์ในหนังสือรุ่น
กูก็นึกว่ามึงเขียนเองมึงอ่านขนาดเนี้ย
เอ้ากูอ่านเพราะกูชอบไม่ได้หรอ
Absolutely on brand
จำเท่เลยนะจำเท่เลยนะเมื่อกี้
Oh, a little stress face. Oh, sweetie pie. A little ball of anxiety.
Just a tiny little pressurized ball of anxiety.
พาเด็กไปแข่งวิชาการเป็นไงบ้างชนะไหม
ชนะสิตอนแรกผมก็กังวลนะว่าพอไม่มีเชนจะชนะหรือเปล่าแต่สุดท้ายแล้วเราก็ชนะแสดงว่าไม่ใช่เด็กหรอกที่เก่ง
แต่เป็นผมต่างหากที่เก่ง
อ๋อผมซื้อไว้นะครับกะว่าคุณพาเด็กไปแข่งเนี่ยยังไงก็ชนะกลับมา
Oh, he got him wine to celebrate because he knew he'd win. That's adorable.
เรื่องเล็กน้อย
I
เอ
still
ง
don't understand what made him
ถึง
lose
จะ
all
เรื่
those
องเล็กน้อย
boyfriends, you
เนี่ย
guys.
แต่เราก็ทำให้พิเศษได้
Yeah, it's
นะครับ
super weird.
I fear
be more
we'll
ready.
never know.
แล้วนี่เราจะดื่มกันที่ไหนอะที่นี่มันที่โรงเรียนเลยนะ
That's the
บ้า
boys.
เหรอ
In the what?
ผมซื้อเอาไว้กะว่าจะไปดื่มกับคนที่ห้องน่ะ
Have we been
So
to
they
this
moved
place?
in together.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
That officially happened.
They were
Yeah, what
housemates,
happens in
so it
between
makes
these
sense.
episodes, man?
เมื่อเย็นผอ.ท่านมาหาคุณด้วยนะครับ ฮะ
What?
ผอ.มาหาผมทำไมอะไม่รู้เหมือนกันนะครับ บอกแค่ว่าพรุ่งเนี้ยให้คุณไปพบเขาด้วย ผมทำอะไรผิดหรือเปล่าแล้ว ผมจะโดนไล่ออกไหมอะบ้าเหรอ คุณคิดอะไรแบบนั้นเนี่ย
It's good that you're there to ground
สมัครงาน
him,
ใหม่เลยดีกว่า
but maybe be
ไม่
nicer
เคยเรียกผ
about
มครบ
it.
เลยนะ
You know what? I can't hate on that. I think that all the time throughout my
นี่พ่อ
entire
ทำ
career.
สุดฝีมือเลยนะ
Every day I was like, this
ค่ะ
might be the
พ่อ
last
เที่ยว
one.
กลับบ้านทีไรนะ น้ำหนักขึ้นทุกที
ดีแล้ว
Oh,
แค่นี้
wow.
ก็ผอม
They
จะแย่
really
แล้วลูก
we're at family dinner at their house right now.
เอ
Okay.
อกิจ
Really changing it
เห็น
up.
แกบอกว่าจะเรียนแอนิเมชันนี่คิดจริงจังแล้วใช่ปะเนี่ย
What do you mean as he thought it through? No,
Come on.
let me calm down.
She's smiling.
He's like, I never have attention on me. What's happening?
Or approval.
Yeah, that too.
อาร์ตคอลเลจที่อเมริกาน่ะเหรอ
Oh. That's why that smile.
พี่แกบอกว่าเขาไม่ยากไปเรียนเอาพื้นฐานนิดหน่อย แล้วเดี๋ยวค่อยหาทางสมัครเข้ามหาลัยต่ออีกที
So is he about to live our boy's dream? Looks like it.
ก็ดีเลยดิ ถ้ามึงอยากเรียนจริงๆ ไปอยู่ที่นู่นก็น่าจะหาโอกาสได้ดีกว่าเรียนที่นี่ป่ะ
Oh my. Oh my. How are your feelings there, friend?
มึงว่ากูควรลองสมัครดูไหม
You gotta figure it out for yourself, love. I'm sorry.
ควรดิ ทำไมจะไม่ควรล่ะ
You can't ask him to want you to stay right now.
Yeah.
He's got way too much to process to feed your insecurity about your relationship. He's not. You're asking too much. Also, what does it look like him telling you to stay? Come on. Come on, think it.
โอ้ยเพื่อนไม่อยากเชื่อเลยนะว่ามหาลัยนี้เนี่ยนอกจากจะเป็นที่ที่เด็กส่วนใหญ่จะมาเรียนแล้ว ก็ยังมีโรงอาหารที่มีอาหารอร่อยมากมายด้วย ก็จะมีไก่ทอดที่คณะนิติ แล้วก็มีน้ำผลไม้ปั่นที่คณะนิเทศ แล้วก็มีซูชิที่คณะแพทย์ แล้วตอนนี้เนี่ยเดี๋ยวเรากำลังจะไปลองกินยำลูกชิ้นที่ค
Why
ณะ
does he look stressed? You look stressed. Am I wrong?
พร้อมยังครับม่อน
Oh, he looks stressed.
Oh, he is not. What's
Oh,
going
yeah.
on? Oh, that face.
นี่ม่อนเป็นไรเหรอ
Voice in
ร้อนหรือเปล่า
angst.
That's what today's episode is.
พิม
It's
เรามา
11.
ที่นี่เพื่อที่จะดูคณะที่เราจะเข้าเรียนไม่ใช่หรอ
Oh, he thinks you're not taking
ก็
it seriously.
เดินดูอยู่ไง เดินไปคิดไป ก็จะเปรียบเทียบได้ว่า
โรงอาหารที่ไหนอร่อยสุด
Oh.
แต่นั่นก็เป็นเรื่องสำคัญ
Some
ไม่
of
ใช่เหรอ
us chose
เราจะเรียนอย่างมีความสุขได้
where
ไง
we are
ถ้า
going
เกิดว่า
based
คณะ
off of
ที่เราเลือกโรงอา
aesthetics,
หารไม่อร่อย
okay?
จริงปะ
Others choose off of the food. Calm down.
เฮ้ย นั่นมันรถลุงขายผลไม้ในตำนานนี่นะลุงครับลุง
Oh, he's cute. You picked a cute boyfriend.
ขอแต่งมือหนึ่งครับ
Oh, let it be cute.
อันนี้เป็นผลงานของพี่ที่พี่ทำไว้ตอนปี 2
It takes getting out of that to know it's not that big of a deal. But when you're in it, nobody cares about what degree I got in college. Absolutely no one. Oh, look at that in love face. Woof. A woof.
เปล่าก็ถ้าย้อนกลับไปวันแรกที่กูติวให้มึงอ่ะแล้วตัวกูตอนเนี้ยย้อนกลับไปบอกตัวกูตอนนั้นว่าอีกไม่ถึงปีมึงจะกลายเป็นคนที่มีเป้าหมายชีวิตชัดเจนกว่ากูกูนึกไม่ออกเลยว่ากูจะเชื่อลงไปได้ไง
I think part of him likes to see Kit in an element where he cares about something.
ดูแอนิเมชั่นดีเรื่องนึงแล้วก็เห็นชื่อของมึงในเครดิตอ่ะ
He's like, yeah, I'm real into ambitious you. And you're pouting because you don't want him to want you to leave.
เรานั่งดูข้างกันใช่ปะ
Oh Lord. Okay, Kit. He does not mean that.
เอาจริงๆที่นี่ก็น่าเรียนเหมือนกันนะกูว่ากูจะเรียนที่นี่แหละ
He's gonna get frustrated with you.
มึงจะเรียนที่นี่เหรอ
ทำไมวะหรือว่ามึงคิดว่ากูจะสอบไม่ติด
He wants you to go abroad and live the dream he can't.
ไม่เป็นไรปีนี้กูจะตั้งใจติวถ้ากูสอบปีนี้ไม่ติดปีหน้ากูก็จะกลับมาสอบใหม่
แต่มึงก็ควรลองยื่นใบสมัครอาร์ตคอลเลจที่พี่เกลแนะนำมึงก่อนนะ
Okay, all right. We need some better communication here, boys. I mean, I figured I know what's going on, but they don't.
Because I feel like he shouldn't try and force him to stay, but he also shouldn't force him to try and go. To go. That has to be his decision. So trying to push him out the country is just as bad.
Yeah, I agree.
ก็มึงพูดว่ามึงอยากเข้านิเทศแต่มึงไม่รู้เลยนะมึงอยากเข้าสาขาไหนจริงๆคือมึงไม่รู้ใช่ไหมว่านิเทศเขาเรียนอะไรกันบ้างเนี่ยมึงไม่ต้องยุ่งกับกูได้ปะมึงกับคณะวิทย์กีฬาของมึงโน่นไป
Oh, all right. Your bad attitude really hasn't fixed.
ทำไมแล้วมึงอยากจะเข้านิเทศเหรอทำไมคณะนี้พ่อมึงก่อตั้งเหรอ
I mean, I guess that's
เดี๋ยวห้ามคนอื่นไม่ให้เข้าเนี่ยกูไม่ได้ห้ามคนอื่นกูห้ามมึงเว้ยกูก็อยากเรียนของกูก่อนทำไมมึงต้องทำอะไรตามกูด้วยวะกูไม่ได้ตามมึงอาจารย์เนี่ยมึงตามแล้วข้างในอยู่นิ่งกูเห็นแล้วมึงรอให้กูเดินเข้าไปก่อนดิใช่เปล่า
Nope.
โคตรไร้สาระเลยมึงจะแข่งเดินกับกูใช่ไหม
That's just who they are. That's their relationship.
PR ของเรานั่นเองนะครับน้องจะได้เรียนรู้หลายอย่างเลยนะครับมันจะเป็นหลักการคิดวิเคราะห์วางแผนการประชาสัมพันธ์การพูดในที่สาธารณะและหากน้องๆกังวลว่าจะจบไปไม่มีงานทำสาขาของเราเนี่ยมีความต้องการในตลาดแรงงานที่สูงมากไม่ว่าจะรัฐหรือเอกชนนั่นเองนะครับ
You get a little stressed out. Supposed to be enjoying the moment. Wait, who's doing performing arts? Oh, okay. Well, this one's getting super excited and the other one's getting more and more stressed out. Interesting.
สวัสดีค่ะก็ยินดีต้อนรับน้องๆนะคะเข้าสู่สตูดิโอถ่ายทำรายการค่ะมีใครสนใจอยากจะเป็นพิธีกรไหมมีไหมมาลองเป็นพิธีกรกันมาสิน้องไอ้นะนี่ไงเราได้แล้วสวัสดีค่ะวิธีการเป็นพิธีกรเนี่ยน้องๆเนี่ยเห็นไหมคะว่าเรามีกล้องทั้งหมด3ตัวเนาะแล้วทีนี้น้องอาจจะสงสัยว่าแล้วเราจะต้องมองกล้องไหนล่ะมันจะถ่ายทำถูกไหม
Oh, buddy. Oh, what's going on in that little brain of yours?
It's because he doesn't have a cute hat on. That's where he stores his power.
Somebody get him a beret.
Someone get this man a beret stat.
Oh, hey, you found a tall guy.
น้องอยากเรียนฟิล์มใช่ป่ะ
น้องอยากเห็นกองถ่ายหนังสั้นพี่ปะงั้นน้องช่วยเป็นเอ็กซ์ตร้าวิชากำกับของพี่หน่อยดิพอดีคนที่
He's just
พี่นัด
scoping
มา
out
เบี้ยว
people for his project.
เอางี้ถ้าน้องเรียนที่นี่นะน้องอยากให้พี่ช่วยอะไรพี่ช่วยหมดเลย
Oh, hey. This is season 2, boys in college.
มุกหล่อมอง
Yeah.
They good. They really good.
ได้นะมา
I'd watch
Mama.
it.
Why is
เนี่ย
it freezing?
ถ่าย
in
ตา
here?
ให้มึงได้แล้ว
Goodness.
หน้าแม่งมึนๆแบบ
So
ที่มึง
cold.
อยากได้เลยถ่ายซะเดี๋ยวแสงหมด
โทษทีว่ะพอดีบทนั้นกูเล่นเองไปละกูฝากน้องด้วยละพอดีกูรีบ
เอาไอ้นี่กูอุตส่าห์วิ่งหามาน้อง
มา
งั้นเดี๋ยว
สาวกล้องมา
พี่ไม่กลัวละ
สาวกล้อง
Oh, no.
แล้วนะ
If you don't even want to stand there with him, you're not going to help him when he gets in
ดี
college.
อย่างงั้นมองหน้ากันมือขึ้นมาค่อยๆเข้าหน้าเข้าใกล้กันรูปผมอย่างนั้นดีคัดสเลดเข้าเลยสเลดเว้ยสเลดอยู่ไหนวะ
Ugh, straight people.
โทษมา
You can't hear my laugh. I was muted. It's cracking up,
3 เทค
Yoshi.
28
Look, I don't care what they do in the privacy of their own home. I just don't want it pushed on me in my BL. That's all I'm saying.
อยากลองตีสเลดอ่ะ
Oh, look at you. He's really getting a lot of good stuff, and the little one is beret-less and stressed.
Maybe this
ซีน
time.
8คัน1เพลง3
Ooh, they do this.
ถอยไปอยู่ข้างหลังน้องเลขซีนเขียนเลขซีนนะลูก
ซีนแรกพี่
33
ซีน13คัน1เพลง2ไปซีน15คัน1เพลง1
It's one of my favorite songs.
ซีน16
It's
I
like one
can't
of my.
stop. It's still going in my head.
It's one of my go-tos for karaoke.
There, you're muted.
Everybody loves a winner, but nobody loves me.
What's gonna happen?
It's such a good one.
Happen sometime. Maybe this time.
Maybe this time I'll
จริงๆเราไม่เหมาะกับคณะนี้วะ
Oh, little
no.
buddy.
He needs a beret.
He needs a beret.
Oh,
Or
I
at
don't
least
know
the
that.
cunty little bucket hat. Something.
I'm an arts alumni. All right. Is this what's inspiring him? Whatever moves you, little buddy. I'm shocked there's so much emphasis on communications are not
ผู้แท
engineering.
นมาถึงแล้วงั้น
Yeah.
เราเริ่มกันเลยก็แล้วกันนะ
None of them are interested in engineering.
คือ
It's a new
เกิดอะไร
age.
ขึ้นหรือเปล่าครับ ผมสาบานด้วยเกียรติของครูคณิตศาสตร์เลยนะครับว่าช่วงเนี้ยผมไม่ได้ทำอะไรผิดเลยครับ
Oh, no,
คือ
Steve.
ผมแค่อยากจะเรียกครูแทนมาเพื่อจะมาถามว่า
You can't do this shit to people with anxiety, bro.
I know.
ผมดีนะครับ
Huh?
Oh, crash
อะไร
out.
นะครับก็เลี้ยงฉลองเลื่อนตำแหน่ง
Oh my
ครูนะครับ
God. Really,
What
dude?
promotion?
เลี้ยงอะไรของ
I'm
ดี
gonna beat your
พิซ
ass.
ซ่าดีหรือว่าจะกินหมู
What
that
promotion?
เลี้ยงฉลองเลื่อนตำแหน่ง
Yeah.
คือยังไงนะครับ
Yeah. For all of us.
จริ
The
ง
whole
จังหน่อยเถอะค่ะท่านผอ
God.
โอเคครับ คืออย่างที่ครูแทนทราบว่าครูกำธรหัวหน้าภาคคณิตของเรานี่นะครับเขาจะย้ายไปอยู่โรงเรียนใหม่เทอมหน้า
หมายความว่าไงครับ
I mean, you get it
ก็
now.
หมายความ
I
ว่า
mean, draw the line,
ที่ครู
dude.
แทนจะย้ายออกจากห้องพัสดุแล้วไง
Well, you gotta leave your man.
ยิ
I
น
mean,
ดี
you
ด้วย
go
นะ
home
จ๊ะ
to
กับ
him,
โต๊ะ
so it's
ทำงาน
okay.
ใหม่ในห้องพักหมวดคณิตศาสตร์
โอ้จริงเหรอครับ เหมือนฝันเลยอ่ะ ผมรอมาตั้ง2 ปีครึ่งแล้วอ่ะ ผมนึกว่าผมจะต้องรอถึงชาติหน้าเลยอ่ะ
What?
Yeah, because that's how badly you treated him.
ว่าแต่
Wow, that was a call
ใคร
out.
จะเป็นหัวหน้าครูหมวดคณิตศาสตร์คนใหม่แทนล่ะครับ
นี่เธอฟังที่ผอพูดไม่เข้าใจกับครูแทน
No, because
No,
he
he
just talked
didn't.
about a fucking
โต๊ะ
desk.
ทำงานใหม่ที่ครูแทนต้องไปนั่งน่ะก็คือโต๊ะ
โอ้ย
หัวหน้าครูหมวดคณิตศาสตร์ไง
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Leave
Yeah,
it
me
to the
too.
gym teacher.
He's like, what?
Is he ready for that? He is a little
Nah.
anxiety man himself.
ผมอยากรู้ว่าทำไมผมถึงได้เป็น
Oh, sweetie.
หัวหน้าครูหมวดคณิตศาสตร์นะ
This
ครับ
is why these conversations
job.
should be had in
ยังเด็กอยู่ครับ
private, and then you announce it
ตาย
publicly
แล้ว
in a meeting
ไม่
later.
ไม่ได้เขียนสคริปต์เอาไว้ด้วยสิ
ก็ครูท่านผอ.เห็นว่าครูแทนน่ะเป็นคนที่มีความสามารถที่สำคัญน่ะเป็นคนรุ่นใหม่ด้วย การที่เราได้คนรุ่นใหม่มีความสามารถมาเป็นผู้บริหาร ก็จะทำให้โรงเรียนของเราเปลี่ยนแปลงไปในทางที่ดีขึ้นไง
แล้วก็จะเป็นกระแสบวกในการ PR ด้วย
How
นะ
so?
เราเขียนลงไปในแฟนเพจดีไหมว่าเป็นครูหัวหน้า
Oh,
ห
'cause
มวด
you're
ที่อายุ
young.
น้อยที่สุด
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. You did this all wrong. You drink your boba
You're
tea. I'm
really
mad
bad.
that you drink it.
Job.
I'm trying to sipping boba tea.
ผมขอบคุณผอจริง ๆ นะครับ ที่พิจารณาเลื่อนขั้นให้ผมเป็นหัวหน้าหมวดครูคณิตศาสตร์ แต่ผมอ่ะมีความสุขกับการที่ได้เป็นครู
Yeah,
ธรร
you
มดา
didn't really ask him
ยัง
if
ไม่
he
อยาก
wanted
เลื่อ
a
นขั้นหรอกครับ
promotion.
Again, this is a conversation
Yeah.
that should have happened in private, and then you announce it at the teachers' meeting
Yeah.
later.
ถ้าครูยืน
Definitely.
ยันตามนั้น
This was botched in every sort of way.
แล้วผมยังได้
So death.
ที่ห้องคณิตศาสตร์อีกครับ
Oh, babe.
Oh, sweetie. Oh, your man thinks you're cute. That's all that matters.
Your poor man just wants a damn desk. His bar is on the floor.
พร้อมอะไรก็บอกนะ จะได้คุย คุณอยากให้ผมรับตำแหน่งเหรอครับ อยากไม่อยากอ่ะ มันไม่เกี่ยวกับผมหรอกครับ แต่ผมแค่ไม่เข้าใจว่าทำไมคุณถึงไปเซตโอกาสตัวเอง ก็ไม่รู้ดิ พอเลื่อนตำแหน่งแล้วอ่ะ ก็ต้องรับผิดชอบงานมากขึ้น ปวดหัวมากขึ้น แล้วผมจะมีความสุขเหรอครับ แล้วที่คุณอยู่ห้องเนี้ย คุณมีความสุขเหรอ
Fair point.
ผมก็มีความสุขดีนี่
Oh,
นั่นมันเพราะผม ไม่ใช่เพราะห้อง
also a fair
ใช่ไหม
point.
ล่ะ
Oh, I like that he's helping
มัน
you
ก็ใช่อ่ะ
process it.
I agree. I also think
ทำไม
if he's
อ่ะ
good enough to be the head math
มันจะเป็น
department
แค่ครู
teacher,
เล็ก
you should be able to find him a desk in the math department.
ๆ เราได้ห้องทำงานดีๆ สั
I
ก
mean,
ห้องเลยไม่
sure,
ได้เหรอ
yeah. I don't think desk
ผม
is
จะ
whether
ต้องยอ
you're
ม
good
เลื่อน
enough
ตำแห
or
น่ง
not, though.
ทำงานหนักขึ้น
It's literally a body that
But-
left and opened it.
เพื่อ
Yeah,
ที่จะได้
I mean for
ห้อง
sure, but that's the way it's
ภาพแย่ๆแบบนี้
translated
เหร
in
อ
his little brain.
Mm-hmm. Good point. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
ผมไม่มีช้อยอื่นให้เลือกเลยเหรอครับ
Aw, his little face.
It's half the reason he didn't believe that he was worthy of him because he feels like an outsider because he doesn't have a desk.
Mm-hmm. He's like, you're touching me at work, sweetie. Oh, wow, they baked him to light.
hit him with the aerial theme.
หัวใจคุณนะ
มาดิวะ โดนกู
Oh, gonna
แล้
have
ว
to
เรื่องที่
talk.
จะสมัครอาร์ตคอลเลจที่อเมริกาไปถึงไหนแล้วอะ
พี่เกลน่าจะสมัครให้ไปแล้วอะ
จะต้องมีสอบไหม
ไม่แน่ใจอะน่าจะแค่ยื่นพอร์ตกับสัมภาษณ์นะ
จะต้องสัมภาษณ์เมื่อไหร่ ต้องมินไปเลยป่ะ
ไม่รู้ว่า โอ้ตายแล้วเนี่ย เอ้า
Oh,
Kim.
all right. Boyfriend's
ดู
hang.
เสร็จแล้วเหรอ เดินเกือบจะทุกคณะแล้ว พอเถอะโคตรเหนื่อยอะ
Are you still
ตอนนี้
annoyed?
ม่อนเอาน้ำอะไรไหม เดี๋ยวเราไปสั่งให้
ไม่เป็นไร คิมสั่งเถอะ
โอเค
Oof, yes, that's the answer to that question. The way he can cut it. Him and Pooin are in
ไอ้
like
เปอร์เห็นมันบอกว่ามัน
the
กำลังถ่ายหนั
same
งสั้นอยู่
eye-cutting
ส่วนไอ้ต้ามัน
side-eye gang.
ยังไม่ยอมตอบแชทเลย มันน่าจะอยู่ด้วยกันแหละมั้ง
สรุปสองคนนั้นจะเรียนนิเทศด้วยกันเหรอ
ไอ้ต้าใช่ แต่ไอ้เปอร์นี่ก็ไม่รู้เหมือนกัน
No, Pert.
Yeah,
แต่
he's
เห็นมัน
having
เค
a
ยพูด
hard
อยู่นะ
time.
ว่ามันไม่อยากเข้าวิกกีฬา
Oh,
ก็ดีนะ อย่างน้อยสองคนนั้
No,
นก็ชัด
Par's
เจ
the
น
one who's panicking.
yeah.
Yeah.
คนหนึ่งชัดว่าจะเรียนอะไร อีกคนก็ชัดเจนว่าจะไม่เรียนอะไร
Oh, honey, why are you this stressed about this?
เราเป็นห่วงคิมอะ
Okay, worry.
จนป่านนี้คิมยังไม่รู้เลยว่าจะเรียนอะไรกันแน่
ไอ้คิมอะนะ
ใช่ วันนี้เราพยายามพาคิมเดินไปดูทุกคณะละแต่เหมือนเขาไม่สนใจอะไรเลยอะ
Okay, I can understand being worried. Less annoyed, more worried. More like, why are you not focusing on something? What do you know, Shane?
ไอ้คิมมันติดสอบตรงคณะวิศวะที่เชียงใหม่แล้วนะ
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Hey.
Yikes. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. There's a lot of stuff coming up. That's episode 11, y'all.
นี่มันไม่ได้บอกม่อนเหรอ
The boys are still in love, but they're also
Mm-hmm.
เปล่า
having their first real fight.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess second real fights. I don't know. What count is it?
What? She said, let me step all the way out of your business.
Let me find a map out of your
Whoa.
business.
It
Oh,
feels
his
like
little
he
face.
went.
Oh, his little pout.
พี่กิต
It feels like he went and I oop.
ดูขนาดเพิ่มเติมหน่อยอะไปกันเลยไหม
He said, can we
Yo,
get
man,
out of
no.
here now? Because I done put my foot
We
in
gotta, we gotta go.
Look
We
at Drake.
got to go, babe.
Kit, read the room, Kit.
And I oop. Kit's like, right, gotta go. Bye.
I'm proud. I'm really excited. Shows have progressed to them taking their drinks with them.
Yes.
Thank God. Oh my
So
God.
annoying.
I will never get over the coffee scene and
ถ้า
until
มัน
we
ทะ
meet
เลาะกันบ้าง
again.
ก็ดี
I still have
I was
Yeah,
about to
that's
say
about
it's a
it.
director new thing. Hanging
Might have
arms
cool
and
then,
left behind drinks. Telltale marks of his shows.
They have a whole
แล้วตกลงเรื่อ
conversation
ง
of
สมัคร
here's your
คอลเลจ
drink. It makes me so
Going in.
frustrated.
Or they leave their food behind. That's also.
Ugh.
เอาไง
Or don't eat it at all.
หมายความว่าอะไรวะ นี่มึงช่วยจริงจังหน่อยได้ไหมทำไม
Oh,
กู
it's
ถาม
not
แล้วก็
that
จะ
he's
ตอบ
not
ไม่
being
รู้ไม่รู้ไม่รู้
serious, sweetie. He's
เป็นไรอะ
stressed. He doesn't want to leave you. Don't make it that.
ทำไมมึงต้องจริงจังขนาดนี้วะ
Yeah, I think for Shane's brain, he's like, it's a
Okay.
no-brainer that we'll stay together. But what are you gonna do with
เกล
your
ส่งใบ
future?
สมัครมาให้
And
กู
then
ตั้งแต่
for
2
Kit,
วัน
he's
ก่อน
like,
ไม่มี
I'll
สอบ
figure out the school stuff,
แค่
but are
ยื่
we
นผ
gonna
ล
be
การเรียน
together?
แล้วก็สัมภาษณ์ออนไลน์
Two very different schools of thought.
Yeah.
แล้วทำไมมึงไม่ตอบให้ชัดเจนแบบนี้ตั้งแต่แรก ต้องทำให้กูหงุดหงิดก่อนทำไม
So he
กู
did
ไม่
the
รู้ว่ากู
same
ควรไปดี
thing.
ไหมอ่ะ
He's already moved
ก็เอาให้
forward
มัน
and
ติด
didn't
ก่อน
tell
ไหม
him.
แล้วค่อยคิด
That's a good point,
ถ้า
though,
มันติด
Shane.
ขึ้นมา คือมันไม่ได้เข้ายากขนาดนั้นเว้ย พี่เกลเขาก็ส่งกูไปเรียนค่าเวลา เพื่อที่กูจะได้เอาเวลามาทำพอร์ต ไปยื่นยูดังๆอ่ะ
นี่มึงไม่อยากเรียนที่นั่นเหรอ
Ooh. The way he said that.
ก็อยากแหละ
But I don't want to leave you.
แต่คือ กูไม่รู้ว่ากูควรไปดีไหมอ่ะ
Say why, so he gets it.
กูไม่เคยอยู่ไกลบ้าน
Okay.
กูไม่เคยทำอะไรเป็นชิ้นเป็นอัน
Oh, that fear of achievement too
ภา
when
ษาอัง
you're
กฤษกูก็
used
ไม่ได้
to
ดี
not achieving is scary.
แล้วถ้าสมมติว่ากูไม่ติดมหาลัยอื่นขึ้นมา
Oh, he's catastrophizing. I got it.
กูก็จะเคว้งอยู่แบบนั้นนะ แล้วไหนจะ
There it is.
เรื่องของเราอีกอะ
There it is. I'm a little scared, that's all.
มึงอย่าเพิ่งคิดไปไกลขนาดนั้นดิข้อสอบอ่ะเขาต้องไล่ทำไปทีละข้อนะ จะทำพร้อมกันทั้งหมดไม่ได้หรอก ตอนเนี้ยเอาแค่เรื่องสมัครเรียนก่อน
One step at a time.
แล้วหลังจากนั้นอ่ะค่อยว่ากันนะ
เธอคือความรักที่ขาดหายไปความสุขที่ฉันไม่เคยเข้าใจก็เพิ่งจะรู้ว่ารัก
I also get the idea of someone who's never like aspired for anything having all this opportunity because now you can lose those things. There's
Yeah.
nothing to lose before.
แค่ได้เรียนรู้ได้เริ่มได้รักเธอทำไมไม่เธอฉันคงไม่เข้าใจ
Whose song is that? Is it theirs?
I think so. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oof.
Whoa.
Whoa.
ได้ที่เรียนแล้วทำไมไม่บอกอะ
Talk about a vibe shift.
ไหนบอกว่ามีอะไรเราจะพูดกันตรงๆไงก็เราไม่รู้จะบอกยังไงอะว่าสุดท้ายเราต้องเรียนกันคนละที่แล้วก็ไกลกันคนละจังหวัดด้วย
ไม่รู้จะบอกยังไง ก็เลยเลือกที่จะโกหกเราเหรอ
Oh, Jesus. Woo.
เราขอโทษ
Look at his face. He is flabbergasted. Woo. Well, Aston, you do great faces. Ooh. Don't ever make him mad.
He's an actor who I feel like is really in it every time he's in it. Like he's
Yes.
acting. He's in it. I don't see flashes of him the person. I see character.
Leaving the drink behind that time, I think, was a character choice.
That was valid. That was valid.
He's like, I want your damn drink. I want nothing here. Did you let me spend a whole day in a lie? I mean, I would be a little pissed off. I'm not gonna lie. We ran around school all day trying to find a class for you, and you already signed up and accepted to another school.
อ้าวทำไมกลับมาไวจังล่ะไหนบอกจะกลับค่ำ
Interesting. I get.
ๆมีอะไรหรือเปล่า
Oh, I feel like
คิม
he's
ติด
little-
คณะวิศวะที่เชียงใหม่ แต่เขาไม่ยอมบอกม่อน มันเหมือนแบบ เขาอาจจะคิดว่าอนาคตของเขา
Oh no. Without you.
ไม่ต้องมีม่อนอยู่ด้วยก็ได้
Oof. Oof. Ooh, I did not know that's where his little heart and head went. He's just afraid to tell you, sweetie. He's an avoider personality.
Please be a competent parent for like 5 seconds.
I think she's fine. I don't think they're not leaning into that character flaw this episode, I don't think.
I feel like she only leans into that character flaw when he knows what he's doing. But in these moments where he's vulnerable, she doesn't.
She gets to be mom.
Yeah.
Oh man, good job, Lil Aston.
Yeah, that was some acting.
I see why he's proud of this episode. Aw. Way to go, watching our little actors grow up in their first little series. We're so proud.
Oh, this little baby's spinning out.
He is. About time. He needed some
now.
grounding as a character.
For
กู
real.
จะรีบกลับทำไมอ่ะ นี่มันคณะของกูนะเว้ย มึงอ่ะ ไปหาที่เรียนที่อื่นเลย
Ooh, okay.
เมื่อกี้กูไปช่วยพี่เขาถ่ายหนัง
So is
มา
that the problem? He didn't like that
Tony
he was
Wu
having a good
Tang
time in the comm arts, and it was supposed to be his
ที่นี่เหมือนกัน
department.
And he wasn't having a good.
รู้ตัวปะ
Yeah.
แต่อย่างน้อยกูก็รู้นะว่ากูชอบอะไร
Ooh.
มึงไม่รู้ด้วยซ้ำว่ามึงต้องการอะไรจากคณะนี้กันแน่อะ
Oh.
I mean, snap back, but
Damn.
also he's being sassy, so that's what you get.
Go off.
You're always being sassy. It's time to talk real talk,
กูพูด
buddy.
แรงไปเหรอ
No.
It
He
wasn't.
deserves it, honestly.
เปล่ามึงพูดถูก
Oh, it was too real.
เอาจริงๆ กูอยากเรียนคณะเนี้ย เพราะเห็นว่ามีคนดังๆ จบจากที่นี่กันเยอะ
That's why the wall got him
กูเลย
excited.
หวังว่า ถ้ากูได้อยู่ที่เนี่ย กูจะกลายเป็นคนดังแบบเขาบ้าง
Is famous all you want? I think you need to want more
มึง
than
ว่ามันงี่
that.
เง่าเปล่าวะ ถ้าคนเราจะ
Yes.
อยากเรียนมหาลัยด้วยเหตุผลแบบนี้
Yes. 100% yes.
ไม่หรอก
Mayhaps a bit
ถ้าคิดด้วยมาตร
short-sighted
ฐานของคนอ
here.
ย่างมึงเลยนะ กูไม่งี่เง่าหรอก
By your
มึง
standards,
ชมหรือด่ากูเนี่ย
Oh, this is too much of a real talk.
แต่กูเชื่อนะ
If you want to be an
ว่าสักวันมึงต้องเป็นคนที่มี
influencer,
ชื่อเสียง
don't
อะ
go to college.
กูไม่รู้ดิ เซนส์กูมันบอกอะ
สรุป มึงจะเลิกวิ่งจริงๆแล้วใช่ปะ
ตอนเด็กๆอะที่กูวิ่งเพราะกูเรียนไม่เก่งเว้ย กู
Oh.
เลยต้องเป็นนักวิ่ง แล้วพอกูวิ่งได้ กูเลยวิ่งมาตลอด แต่ตอนเนี้ย กูต้องเลิกทานที่กูชอบจริงๆแล้วอะ
Oh, wow. Okay. I mean,
มึงก็หาเจอแล้วนี่
that's a thing that happens too.
คือตีเสลดให้กองถ่ายอะ
Slave
มึงไม่ได้อยากเรียนนิเทศเพราะมึงได้ตีเสลดหรอก กูรู้ มึงเป็นคนเขียนบทความในหนังสือรุ่น
Oh.
Oh.
มึงเขียนดีนะ
Whoa.
Oh,
You
leave
got a
out.
little writer? That's why he read it. Oh my. Okay.
That was a plot twist, and I liked it.
Yeah. A lot
มึ
of
งคิดเหมือนกัน
development.
ปะ จริงๆ เราแค่ใช้ชีวิตของเราไป
No, no.
เดี๋ยวอนาคตก็จัดสรรสิ่งที่เหมาะสมให้เราเองอะ
Same, Sarah, same. Now kiss. I'm sorry. You're supposed to be in love, damn it.
Jubilee!
Boys in love. I guess there's the platonic love too. Fine.
I don't think that's what these two have, though.
I don't think
Wanna
that's
be
what
real.
this is.
พอจะเป็นนักเขียนเข้า
I
หน่อย
think
ก็ใหญ่เลย
in
นะ
college they're going to discover some things about their relationship.
Well, then
Yeah,
we
I
need boys in college that love too. It's a longer title, but make it happen.
They're gonna end up as roommates in college, and they're gonna find some things out.
And they were roommates. Oh my god, they were roommates. It's that, or God forbid, one of them finds other friends and starts spending time with those other friends, and then it's
ผมคิดถูก
we
แล้ว
can write
จริ
the
งๆที่
plot.
เรา
It's
หัวหน้า
fine. We'll write the
ผ
plot.
มต้องทำนู่นนี่นั่นหลังจากสอนเสร็จอีก ชีวิตที่ผมต้องการก็คือชีวิตที่มี work life balance ได้กินข้าวร้านประจำกับแฟน
Girl, same.
ได้ทำกิจกรรมกับตัวเอง
Aw.
นี่ผมจะไปเรียนโยคะด้วยนะ
Oh, a yoga
คุณ
class.
เนี่ยนะจะเรียนโยคะเพราะคนส่วนใหญ่ที่เขามีเวลาเขาทำกันอ่ะ
Do they? Is that a thing?
หรือว่า
It'll
ผ
make
ม
him
จะไป
more
หัดปีนผา
flexible.
เอาเป็นว่า ผมไม่เอาเวลาในชีวิตของผมส่วนใหญ่ไปทำงานหรอก คิดได้แบบนั้นก็ดี เราจะได้มีเวลาอยู่ด้วยกัน
Aw.
เอาจริงๆนะตำแหน่งหัวหน้าก็ไม่ได้หมายความว่าจะก้าวหน้าบางทีอะความรับผิดชอบ
He
มาก
just
ขึ้น
needs to
แล้วผู้ใหญ่
process
ก็ไม่เห็นจะสนใจอะไรเลยไอ้ตำแหน่งใหญ่
and then have some reassurance at the end. Let's be real.
ตำแหน่งผู้น้อยอะยังมีความสุขมากกว่าอีกจริงๆคุณอยากได้ตำแหน่งหัวหน้าหมวดคณิตใช่ไหมครับ
I was gonna say you should let him get there, but that works too.
He was like, I'm just gonna cut through this.
คุณเอาอะไรมาพูดอ่ะใช่ ตอนแรกผมก็คิดว่าผมคิดถูก แต่เรื่องนี้มันก็ยังกวนใจผมอยู่อ่ะจริงๆแล้วผมก็แค่กลัวกลัวว่าผมจะทำได้ไม่ดีเท่าความคาดหวังของคนอื่นผมก็แค่กลัวว่าพอถึงจุดหนึ่งที่ผมรับตำแหน่งนี้แล้วผมรู้ความจริงว่าผมไม่คู่ควรกับมันเลยหรือไม่คุณก็อาจจะพบว่าคุณทำมันได้ดีก็ได้นะครับอย่าเพิ่งมองว่าอนาคตมันจะเลวร้ายสิผมว่ามันต้องมีเหตุผลสักอย่างแหละที่ทำให้ผอ.เขามั่นใจในตัวคุณทีนี้ก็เหลือแค่ตัวคุณนั่นแหละที่ต้องมั่นใจในตัวเองได้แล้วนะครับแต่ถ้าคุณต้องการกำลังใจแล้วก็ผมมีให้คุณเสมอนะ
Aww. He said, I got you, boo.
โอเคงั้นเดี๋ยวผมโทรกลับหาผอ.เลยนะ
Oh, it's kind of late. Don't call me.
ผมโทรตอนนี้หรือว่าพรุ่งนี้ดีอ่ะตอนนี้เลยก็ได้
Oh, it's only 7, I guess. Nah, don't call me. Oh, he's so cute.
He's so. I'm pressing the call button now.
You have on pretty flowers, but a sad face. Oh.
Y'all gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
มอนเราขอโทษที่ไม่ได้บอกมอนเรื่องสอบติดเราก็รู้อยู่แล้วแหละว่ายังไงคะแนนเราก็เข้าที่เดียวกับมอนไม่ได้คะแนนวิศวะที่นั่นสูงมาก
Oh, he's the engineering student.
แต่พอเราสอบตรงได้ที่เชียงใหม่
Yeah.
เราก็เลยคิดว่าเราไม่มีสิทธิ์ปฏิเสธ
You didn't. You did the right thing.
ถ้าไม่จับอะไรเองคิมคิดจะบอกเราตอนไหนอะ
Oof.
That is a good question.
คือเราไม่รู้เลย
That's not a great answer.
เราไม่กล้าพูด
But honest.
แต่กลัวว่ามอนจะบอกเลิกเรา
Oh no.
ที่ผ่านมากังวลเรื่องนี้เหรอ
Oh no.
ก็กลัวว่ามอนจะเลิกกับเราเพราะเราต้องไกลกันนะ
Oh no. No, they both were in their little feelings.
โอเค
This episode is all
ไม่
feelings.
ควรจะปิดบังมอนจริงๆนั่นแหละถ้ามอนจะเลิกกับเรา
Oh no, he doesn't.
No!
คงต้องยอมรับ
He doesn't.
I mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially cannot handle them breaking up. I need you to understand that.
Literally.
That will
ทำไมอะ
I am hanging on by
เห็นว่า
a
เราเป็นคน
thread.
ไม่มั่นคงข
Okay,
นาดนั้นเลยเหรอ
I can't.
Aww.
แค่ต้องอยู่ไกลกันเองคิดว่าจะทำให้เราถอดใจได้เหรอ
Oh, why are they so cute?
I love them so much. I love them so much.
God.
เห็นหมาย
Get
ความ
them
ว่า
another show immediately.
Immediately.
จะไม่เป็นปัญหา
And
ใช่ไหม
they do have main character energy. Can we
Hello,
just?
Yes, they do.
Not everybody does, but these two, they do.
ถ้าคิมโอเค เราก็โอเคเหมือนกันนะ
Okay, okay. Okay. That kiss has different energy than the other ones. I literally went, oh, we should go. Just excuse myself if you guys have a moment.
Fade to black? Fade to black?
All right, little Aston favorite episode. I see, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Noted. Oh, what are they gonna replace with this? This is so fun to watch.
It's perfection.
Are they gonna put something stressful in its place? I don't want
เช่น
that.
I don't even know what they still have.
ไง
I can't even
Bunch
think
of
off the
stuff
top
is-
of
ผม
my
สัมภาษ
head.
ณ์มึงออกหรือยังอ่ะ
What's finished? Is
Oh,
Dark
wow.
Dice finished?
Yeah, what's finished?
ติดไหมอะ
Oh, I think Jimmy C's done.
Oh, well then.
Oh. I'd be cool with that.
I don't think the JoJo one's done yet. I think Jimmy C is done. Oh, I'll look it up in a second.
เชี่ย
Shia.
ติดนี่
Aww.
ติดจริงๆด้วยอ่ะ
This is an interesting twist to their story, too.
Yeah.
Of Kit kind of living out Shane's dream. Aww, but he's just happy for him. Good job, Shane.
พูดเก่งอ่ะ
Na, 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 na.
ขอบคุณมากนะมึง
เก่งที่สุดในโลกแล้วอ่ะ เก่งมากๆเลย
Oh no.
โคตรเก่งเลย
Little face. His little face did not look okay, y'all.
No, it sure didn't. It sure didn't.
และเรื่องราวของผมกับเพื่อนๆ ก็มาถึงตอนจบแล้ว
ส่วนมาก long distance relationship ไม่รอดกันเลยนะ
เราจะไม่ปล่อยมึงม่อนเด็ดขาด ถึงจะอยู่ไกลกันแค่ไหนก็เถอะ
It's very cute and
เรา
sweet.
ให้หลายเรื่องในชีวิตเลย
I give it
เริ่ม
6
Gonna
months.
be
It's a real
ending.
ending.
Huh.
มาติดตามกันนะครับ ว่าบทสรุปความรักของพวกเรา
They really did give us boys in love, man. Way to stick to it.
ความสุขที่ฉันไม่เคยเข้าใจก็เพิ่งจะรู้ว่ารักเพียงไรโชคดีแค่ไหนที่ได้มีเธอเติมเต็มชีวิตที่ขาดหายไป
Right.
ก่อนไม่เคยคิดว่ามันจะ
All right, boys in love. You're still in love. What?
They're still
That
in
pentul-
love.
Yeah, that pentultimate wasn't so scary. We
Yeah.
got it. We could handle it.
It was angsty, but it was a good time.
It was
Yeah.
a lot of angst, a lot of angst, especially from our little hat boyfriend. I can't ever remember his name.
Oh.
Tar?
Tar, yes,
Give
Tar
him
and
a
Tar.
beret. Just everybody start editing berets onto his head.
It's where he stores his power.
Filming completed. I'm gonna see what's okay. Hide and Sis is done. Enigma 2 is done. Magic Prophecies done, and Dark Dice. So a bunch of straight shows and Jimmy C are done.
Oh God, can we have Dark Dice, please?
I want to watch Dark Dice so
I
bad.
want Dark Dice so
It's
bad.
interesting. That's like 3 straight shows. So, oh, Hide and Sis is the next one coming.
Enigma, I bet its episode count's going to be really low because the first Enigma had a really low episode count.
Yeah, it'll probably be one of the 5 episodes. So they're doing 5, 8, and 10. So it might be a 5, possibly an 8.
I mean,
doubt it.
Enigma, the first Enigma was 4 episodes.
Oh, okay.
It was basically like a mini series. I hoped for a season 2, but I didn't expect one. So
I don't think I've ever even heard of it.
I love Enigma. That's a good one. If you like horror, like fantasy horror stuff, it is a straight show. It is a straight show, I warn. But it's like, I thought it was good fantasy horror. It was I liked it a lot.
I need more gay spoopy shows.
I know, and we're gonna get Forsberg this year is supposed to be gay spoopy.
Yeah, there's in production now, or they're just getting ready to start theirs. I don't know if they started already. But they're getting ready to.
Jimmy C one also kind of.
No, it's not. It's
like fantasy.
Fantasy light, I would say.
I don't remember anything from that pilot.
It's fortune telling. Jimmy's a fortune teller.
Yeah, that trailer was like thrown together
Him and
last
your sister
minute,
would
so
go
it
on.
was not.
Yeah, the trailer was
understood. Yeah. And the Sky Nani one is also supposed to be, I think, a little bit fantasy supernaturally.
Yeah, the red stringy thingy. But I'm fascinated by so many straight shows.
Oh my
in
god,
the queue.
You just gave me a great idea for a design for some type of merch. I'm just gonna make you a merch line, Kelly. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, me?
I'm gonna make you a merch line.
Well, why don't you make you a merch line?
Okay, then I'll make an Etsy shop and I'll make a merch line for the three of us, and it's gonna be from our reactions. And if you have anything that you have ideas for Jaime or B or Anwi or Nikki to throw in, it's gonna be Kelly's reactions channel merch.
True.
Yikes on bikes.
Speaking of that, first of all, again, reminder, Yoshi is doing his reaction to 2 shows now, right?
Yes. Friday, I put up episode 2 of Memoirs of Rati, and tomorrow morning, episode 2 of Last Twilight will be up. And I'm just going to give you guys a little heads up. I cried a lot. Like a lot.
Oh, sweetie.
Like,
my love.
A lot. I did not think I was going to have that big of an emotional reaction to watching a show that I had already watched.
Yeah, but it fucked you up pretty good the first time. So
yeah, and I think knowing where it goes also kind of
felt understood.
Set that up a little bit, because I'm gonna say when he said the no more lonely days line, I just wept. Just wept. Like, I had been keeping it together. I was like, just like holding it in. I'm fine. This is fine. And then he said that line, and I was like, but yeah, I've been doing my own little solo reactions. I am trying to figure out how to get other people on my channel, but we're
working on it.
Yeah, it's not that I can't get people; it's that I can't figure out how to record it.
Understood.
I know I'm asking a big ask to have you guys maybe watch a reaction on a different platform. But on Thursday nights, I'm doing live reactions to X Morning.
Yeah, I can't.
No, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I know what your schedule is. I'm saying, hey guys, I am currently reacting to something. It's just that I like to do live reactions so I can talk to y'all while I react to things. So at 8:30 Eastern on Thursday nights, I go live and I watch the newest episode of X Morning, and it's been a good time. I keep crashing out over Chris Stinto. Yeah, on TikTok. I've been going live on TikTok. If you're welcome to, if you could join, that'd be great. If you can't, that's a-okay.
I wonder if you can share your TikTok live on your YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know. I can look.
I bet there's a way to multi-stream that. I bet.
Yeah, you might be able to put stream it on your YouTube, and then for the YouTube people, they could still participate.
I'll look into that.
The other thing, since I'm very excited because we've talked about this, share screen. I finally did it. Boosh! the after show. It's already live. Episode 1 is up. So I'm going to be going back through our reactions and the last few minutes where we chit chat and you guys are like, hey, that should be a podcast. It officially is now.
The last few minutes,
fast and loose.
The last few minutes, which is like after Unknown was like an hour and a half. The last few minutes. Funny.
So I'm going to be going back. They're not going to be in any specific order. It's just going to be what I can get to when I can get to it. We'll go up, but I'll be, it's not just day forward. I'm going to go back to our old shows and pull those minutes that I really think I'm just going to keep it podcast. So there's not going to be video that goes along with it. But yeah, it's BL Chef Reactions. It's on, iTunes or podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and what is the other one called? Radio. What is it called? The radio one.
Radio Rebel. Sorry.
You went to that.
I don't know why my brain.
Jack, so we're doing really well.
That's my brain. iHeartRadio. Jesus. iHeartRadio. That's the 3 platforms it's on right now. And I may add more as I find time to do it, but just search BL Chef the after show and it should come up.
I'm so glad Yoshi and I were so helpful with that struggle there. You know, Radio Rebel and Radio Chef.
But so lots of good stuff happening, guys. Join in and all the good stuff. I was going to say something about the episode and now it's gone. Something about
really enjoying them like both setting up and resolving a conflict in an episode, which feels like revolutionary for BL. But
it is
really nice. Yeah. It's really nice. And we did get like a little bit of a tiny bit of a not hangover, cliffhanger on this episode with that look on Kit's face. Like there's obviously still more there. But like having them like have a conflict and then talk about the conflict and solve the conflict all in the same. It's wild. It's so nice. It's so nice.
Oh, I know. I was gonna say, I get hung up on what's the next generation bringing to BL, because as we get each wave of next gen actors, we get like a new frontier. Some of it's pushed by like the directors and everything, but a lot of it's pushed by what the actors, their different approach. And we're getting more and more generations that have been raised on BL, so they come in ready. Yeah. And I feel like that is very much evidence in this cast, and how they engage publicly, but also how tactile they are as characters. Like, it's very like this series is so lovey-dovey in a physical way for a teen show that we didn't see in the past. Teen shows were a lot of fish kisses and straight arms. That's typically what you got from a teen BL. And we started to see it shift specifically with Only Boo, which hopefully that'll be the show that Sarah watches. No pressure. In her good time, when she's ready, that's up to her.
I'm actively working on it. You guys will have news by the end of July. I'm actively working on setting things up.
But even like outside of that, though, just like I noticed that shift in Only Boo, and that to me heavily relied on Keen and C Keen. And I think in this one, like Luke, Mick, all 3 of them are just, when you watch them all together, they're just a cuddle love fest. But specifically Aston and his approach to just being an actor in the industry has been such a fascinating thing to watch. The way he came in and grabbed his opportunity, but also much like Fourth, but more active, a very clear fan of BL. He just really loves BL. He knows his history. He knows the actor. You know what I mean? Like he's very much into it.
It feels like he came in and like he took the social media aspect of this show and said, let me just go ahead and put this on my back because I'm gonna Carrie, I'm gonna get the views. We're gonna make this happen. Like he has been invested, and he has been since episode 1 been out there in these streets being like, y'all need to watch my show. Please watch my show. If you like me and Shokun together, you got to watch this show. You got to trend this show. Like, he's been very clear about what needs to happen for them to continue in a way that I don't think any other actor has been. Like, he has been, yeah.
Well, in my mind, Jim, I know that for a lot of people, Gemini and Fourth were the start of a generation. I think that they were the end of a generation. I think that they're the end of the Jung Dunk Pan Puin kind of
I can see that
generation. Yep. And so by that point, Fourth and them didn't have the blueprint of social media and engagement is going to be it. And it feels like with Aston, with this crew, with Fluke and Lego and that just the whole this generation, they learned from the previous generations, and one of the things that they learned was from June. Social media is it and they are getting on live and things like that. So it does feel like a culmination of all the generations before. And Fourth was like the first one to join and be straight up a fanboy, and that tripped everybody out. But this is more like Aston has joined and he's a fanboy of Fourth. I mean, he's a fanboy of all of that prior to coming in. So he's got all that experience. So it's just interesting to see after the Aston Fluke Lego
what will be the next generation.
What are they going to bring? Going to be sorry, I was just going to say I wonder if the next generation's next thing is going to be something around I don't mean it to be an asshole, but like policing fandoms.
That's already starting.
I know it's already starting, but like so much of these generations, they learn from the older ones and they're starting to get into it. But I feel like the next one is going to come in hard and be like, here are my boundaries.
Well, I think two things. I don't want to forget the other thing I was going to say, but just to tangent onto that, Mick already impressed me in that area because they were weird in a way that made me crazy uncomfortable about. He's in Mutate to Love, like whatever I say it wrong. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Mutate Love, I think.
I think that's what it is. But he's literally in that series, and he did a video with Lego and all of them dressed up. And the comment section was it was terrifying, terrible, and full of turfs, in my opinion. Like it just was. It went weird. It went weird in a way. How could you do this to him? Don't bring him into that kind of light. What kind of impression are you making on him? I was like, ew, stop, ew. And you know what he did and has done ever since? Videos with them consistently. Because Mick was like, what are you gonna do about it? He's dancing with Lego, he's hanging out with Neo, but all of them dressed up. Why? Because he's on set. That's his cast members. Like, you're weird.
Friends.
So that to me is already where the young ones are like, I don't have time for your obnoxiousness. But the other side I was going to say about this next generation and what they're bringing to the table, because that was like this cast more specifically I was talking about, but little Jimmy of Jimmy Ohm and Lil Kong and that crew, and Lil Ohm, actually Mark's Lil Ohm, that is the out-of-pocket generation. And I am so here. It is beyond anything I could have, and they do not care.
They don't care.
I'm out of pocket. What do you have? Not even do you have a problem with it? They're just like, no, I'm just out of pocket. I'm gonna keep it moving. The latest yesterday, Lil Ohm of Jimmy Ohm was like, the best pillow is a bicep. And everybody was like, seriously? And then they were like sharing videos of him and Jimmy's bicep. And he retweeted himself today and he said, never mind, it's a chest.
I feel like they're out of they're being out of pocket and not caring until we stop calling it out of pocket and just saying it's normal behavior.
It's just,
you know what I mean?
I mean, Well, the out of pockets when he's like, come here in the middle of the night, and they document their booty call. That is out of pocket.
That's true. There's no normalizing that.
I was something that was not on my 2025 bingo list. I don't know that I needed to know. But
I did.
They clearly needed us to know that he showed that all he had to do was say something, and homeboy was at his door at like 2 a.m.
Said, pull up, and Jimmy said, bet.
And he was like, no, he came. Okay, noted.
I'm sure he did.
Like, but it's across the board. Some of them are just a little more cranked up in the dial than others, because little Ohm with Mark's little Ohm joined Force Live, which I didn't. I know Force doesn't usually have people who will talk with him in this way, so you don't get to see that side of Force.
Mm-hmm.
But they were just talking, and Ohm's basically like, Forth is like, I know you like somebody, you need to just like tell them how you feel, which felt very oh my God, Nunu, when Nunu was talking to Nat that one time, and he was like, don't play hard to get, you guys, it was very much that vibe. And Forth was teasing him about Satang, and he was like, it's not Satang, because he had said it's your friend. And Forth said Satang, and he said, it's not Satang. And then he said, how do I get Mark to agree? He's like, I keep trying. He hasn't agreed to date me yet. He's like, I need you to help me. And they were just kikiing, him and Forth.
I'm just going to say it this way. So interesting that he would choose Forth to answer the question of how to get your partner to agree to date you.
Oh, I was on the fact that they're so close.
Oh no, yeah, of course. We can look at it from multiple angles. Of course, I love that they're close, but I also sit there and I go, of everyone at GMM, that was an interesting choice to figure out how to transit. I'm gonna be over here with my crochet.
It was just super cute to see them so like, and people can say whatever they want about that conversation, but we don't usually see Forth. He's usually teasing, but he was so tired.
Yeah.
And they were just going back and forth. And honestly, we don't get to see Forth and little Ohm talk at all, honestly, like that. So I just was like, this next gen. Could you have imagined Off and Tay having, like, at that age, or around the beginning, sitting around talking about trying to date a coworker? Like, that's not a thing that would happen. It's why Tay climbed over the freaking chair when Santa kissed Perth on stage. Like, that's a different generation.
Yep.
And then Off was like, they keep trying to tell everybody they didn't kiss, but I saw it and they did. And he's like, I don't know why they're lying. It's on camera. He was cracking me up. But yeah, I was just looking at this. I'm just looking at the conversations and the comfort that they have in just being, even if they're, let's just say it this way, to like, even if they're not in actual relationships with anyone, right? There was such a tongue in cheek about these conversations in the past that it's not that now. It's not like a haha gotcha, or I'm making fun of you or teasing you.
Yeah.
Little Ohm was really like, I'm out here trying to get a man. Like, that was the energy Lil Ohm brought to that conversation.
A genuine interaction and genuine inquiry and like actual advice giving, but also teasing in a friend way.
When June came home after Valentine's Day and flopped on the bed, and he was like, I don't want to be single. That man didn't want to be single. It is very, when Lil William can't remember to fix his face.
That boy has nenever met a filter.
It's so funny to me.
In any regard. He has no mind and words filter. He's got no face filter. What filter?
I mean, how long are people like Lego showed up to Diamond's musical, and I'm like, how long are you guys going to ask when Lego and Diamond are getting a show? They're not.
They're not.
That's not why he's there. that's not why he's there.
I'm gonna keep my thoughts on that to myself.
I just like the energy of this next generation. It's exciting to see things continuously changing, and just a comfort level and conversation, and the idea that a lot of that comfort came from them growing up in these BL streets, right? They had something that the others didn't have.
They didn't have they didn't have, like, how do I say this?
This generation has the pathway paved, and the other generations didn't.
Yeah.
They were walking in. Think about it like they're walking into an overgrown forest at the start of all this. They were having to carve out the path, and by the time after the pillars, the next generation, they had carved out like a dirt path, and then the next generation added some rocks, and then the next generation it has paved it, and now this generation is like making it pretty. You know what I mean? Like that's how I think about it, is paving a way, and it's beautiful to see. I hope the pillars, and I hope everybody that came before them are seeing it and appreciating it. I'm sure there's a level of envy in there. I'm sure there's a level of like sadness and like a bittersweet feeling there, but I hope that they're seeing it and going, that is the fruits of our labor, our trauma and our labor, and we did it, and look at how great they are.
It's literally like a perfect encapsulation of the statement that representation matters.
Yes, 100%. Yes.
It's the perfect encapsulation of that. It's like the perfect little microcosm to be like, this is what happens when people have representation.
Yeah.
When you don't have to wait until you're 25 and see a YouTube video to find out that asexual is an option. This is what representation does for people.
And I think too, the older generation is benefiting. I think about, this is the first time we've watched Gunn walk in a pride parade.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've gotten to see him openly with his, representing the company walk in a pride parade. And he has been so happy, and they have all been going out to a lot of different parties. Y'all gotta pay attention to who goes out where with who.
And
I just mentioned
and just because there are girls there doesn't mean that that's a straight situation. Oh my God.
It's so infuriating.
Which is not to say that there are not straights hanging out and they go into those parties, but my God.
There's just been a lot more this pride, I feel like, and you're seeing those groups coalesce in a way that I don't think we've seen openly. That all could have been going on behind the scenes, but now they're not staying home, or they're not hiding that they're out, because you can go out and like go to the back room and have a party. You know what I mean?
They're just not hiding it anymore.
Yeah, you're there. It is much more open, and not everybody is, to be fair.
For sure.
But we are seeing groups who feel more confident and more open and more out there. And we're seeing companies getting less in the way. And I mean, some of that is capitalism. Of course it is. Some of it is the government stepping in. And so it is now okay to do all of this stuff, right? Because you have a chance at government money, because they're pushing it more so now than they were before. But if it benefits people into being more comfortable in their own skin and more open and more representative, then I think there is a net positive in that.
If we for just this once can use capitalism for good, good God, we will take any win we can get.
Anytime we discuss anything like this, I think about what's his face in that interview with, I think it was Femmes React, saying BL is activism.
Oh yeah.
That's what I think about.
Yeah. Yep. Good stuff, guys. Good job, little Boys in Love crew. We applaud you on your first step into acting. This is a good show. You did a good job. Excited to see you grow as actors.
I need Shokun and Aston to get another show. Like
So bad.
Immediately.
Promptly. I need it promptly.
No,
please.
don't get me wrong. I think all of the pairs are fun in this. I just desperately need Aston and Shogun to have another.
They're like another they're 100% to me another level. And it, we could just say it's because we've gotten to know Aston better from his social media, but no, when they're on screen, it doesn't matter what we know off screen. They are fire on screen, and they're both good little actors.
Yes, they are.
Individually, those are some of the best pairs when they are. That's what makes Off Gun. They don't need each other, so when they are together, it's ridiculous.
So good. Yeah,
because they both can handle their own. Like
yes,
like so when they come together, it's just like.
I love their dynamic too. I just love their dynamics too. It's different than anybody else. They often have a different dynamic than literally anyone.
Yes.
Which I think is why some people read it and say, because I saw a bunch of videos over the weekend because I've been doom scrolling a lot lately, guys. But I've seen a lot of videos of different random things and different BL opinions and stuff. And so many people,
been annoying.
Yeah, so many people see them and they just go, "I don't get it. I just don't see the chemistry." And I'm like,
"About who?"
Off Gun. People look at Off Gun and they're like, "I don't see the chemistry," and I'm just like, "You don't understand their dynamic, and therefore you don't see it." But they have wild chemistry. It's just that they have a very different dynamic than literally anybody. Sorry, I'm on my Off Gun shit.
No, it's good. My favorite thing right now is the show they did with the mascots in Tainu, and that whole. When Gunn was talking about the fact that they give him shrimp paste and mango, the staff will give him shrimp paste and mango as a snack, and Tae are like, oof, and Off is like, yep, that's what I gotta smell every time I go in to kiss him, and they're like, whoa, and then they're like, how do you deal with that? And Gunn was literally smiling, waiting for Off to answer because he knew. I think he preempted it with like he doesn't mind. And Off is like, I'm not worried about the smell. And then you see Gunn smile, and he goes, "Cuz," and he's like, "Cuz all I'm doing is looking at his face." And Gunn is like, Like it was so because Gunn knew. He was like, "Oh, I'm not worried about that because I know he's not worried about that."
So Kelly, I'm gonna go a little deeper with that.
Wait 1 second. And then he said, the other part he said was, "See, even on my worst day, I always have someone who'll kiss me." And I was like, and then he giggled and hid behind Off, and they both were just like, giggle. It was great. It's one of my favorite things right now. One of my favorite things.
I mean, you know how we keep talking about how these shows are increasingly like reflecting the pairs that they are in the show. So Not Me was based on a book, and I was like, there's nothing that's going to reflect the watching each other while they kiss that.
Oh yeah,
got it.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. No, I fucking love those two. You know that I know that their initials are OG, but that's my OG pair. That's the one that I have loved from the jump. I've watched them for so long. So I'm always fundamentally going to be biased and disagree with anybody who says they don't have chemistry, but they do have a totally different dynamic. And I'm loving, I will also say to that point, I love seeing the different dynamics play out with these different pairs in the new generation of things. Everybody had there are some pairs that have like a similar vibe, similar dynamic, but everybody's got a little bit of something that's like all uniquely their own. And it's fun to figure out what's what, you know?
I think but to kind of back the idea that fan service is not what people think it is anymore, to your point, there was always something you knew a pair would do. It was so cookie cutter in the past. And I think the problem is new people weren't around for that. And so they don't understand it. When it was the old days, it wasn't just that you pulled a piece of, hair out of their way. It was all the same. It was like they all went to the same school. Okay, this is how you look at someone. This is how you wipe their chin. Like you could almost predict what the next move was going to be, no matter the pair in front of you. They all
could
kind of
predict the script. I mean, you could predict all of it. It was like
it was so manufactured.
Which is why when they did things off script, it was like, I clocked that. I saw that. Hello. That's not in the script. Which is off gun were like, for me, off gun were like the first pair I ever really watched and went, you are so off script. How is anybody thinking that this is not something more? Because you're off fucking script, bro.
And off script got you in trouble. And it was not subtle. It was not subtle. There was a panic around you. Oh my God, what are they doing? Why are they doing that? That's not. And it was there's still something like quote unquote romantic, right? But it didn't fit it. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say it. No, Kelly, don't say it.
I want you to say it so bad, but I also know that you be careful however you feel like you need to be careful. But I want to hear it after. You're not gonna say it, no.
I'm gonna say it. No, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. It is the early days, behind the scenes cutie pie when they got kicked.
Yeah, 100%.
Max kicked them, literally kicked them because they were being so out of pocket, sitting on the ground, all over each other.
Mm-hmm.
That was not. They are one of the quintessential ones you can watch. They went off the rails, like completely off the rails. And where Max was like, the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
You gotta, and he's looking at Z because he's like, yo.
He's like, you're the grown up. You're supposed to know.
What are you doing? And Z's just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Another one I was thinking of, no, it's gone now. But there's so many moments you could think of back then where it was so clear. You could point and be like, something went off. Now it's to what Shannon says, where they're like, and a lot of the companies say, like, they're just kind of let these partners figure out who they are and do their own thing. So it's harder to clock it, honestly.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's y'all think you know what fan service is. You can't clock it like you used to, because most of it is just their natural interaction with each other, which you said, Sarah, is different for everyone.
It's easier to clock when you have pattern recognition skills, though.
Yes, I mean, yes.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. No, but like, I mean, because every pair does have an element of things that they've very clearly agreed upon to show in fan meets and stuff. So my brain goes, oh, that's the thing that they said they were okay about showing. But no, I'm absolutely with you. Like,
I'm talking general public. That
for sure.
Yeah, thinks they know. I think a lot of people think they know when fan service is happening. It's changed so much. They are not as attuned. And that's not me saying that everybody's together. I think people are missing the conversation. What we're saying is their interactions are more natural and more from a less scripted place. So the idea of what fan service used to be, it just is not easy to clock anymore, because you can't tell if that's just a genuine way that someone would be interacting or if they're doing it because they know the fans might smile and be happy. It's hard to tell.
It's true. The first ones I ever saw fully break the mold and absolutely repeatedly got in trouble for it because they would not, like, Off Gun followed the script but also did out of pocket shit. Tainu followed the script, but they had their own banter.
Yeah.
Chris Cincto followed the script, but they would be wild cards where they'd throw random shit in. The first pair I ever watched, I don't know if I should say this out loud.
So much of us trying to calculate what we should say, because this is
I'm gonna say it. Bright Wind followed the script exactly. They did not give us out of pocket shit. They followed that fucking script to a T. Okay, the first pair I ever saw throw out the script, because I think they weren't necessarily capable of it, was Earth Mix. and they got themselves
Oh, yeah.
in trouble for it
I knew that's what you were
repeatedly.
Yeah.
Of course,
They didn't read the script.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they taught that script. What script? They from the jump. I mean, Earth tried just a little because he had experience with the script when he was paired with New for a little while, but for what script? And they got themselves in trouble so many times, so much. It's half the reason I think that GMM refused to include them as pillars, because they just wouldn't follow the rules. But them refusing to follow the rules ushered in the next generation to start
out of pocket.
Yeah, to start not really, like, they'd follow the script, but they really would, like, they'd be like, okay, the script is an outline. The next generation was like, the script is an outline. And now we're at this generation where it's like, what script? They haven't been given a script.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, we're just supposed to like figure out our vibe and vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Because I can look at Pon Puin, I can look at Jung Dunk, I can even look at Jim Forth and see where there was script. But even if at first they didn't, eventually they viewed it as, that's an outline. We got to throw in some stuff, but mostly we're just going to be us. And then this next generation, I think they've been told to just act like they love each other.
I was going to say June Dunk didn't really, to me, because when I think about Safe House, this is my thing with June Dunk. June is not very good at following rules.
No,
and not. So he's not, and he's such a instinctual person, and this is not a read. It's just you can see that in him, right? Like, he's just moving with there is movement before thought sometimes, right? And like, and then you can see him check in and go, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have, or what did I do here? But like, he's more, and Dunk for his part is pretty much he's more, I think he's more packaged now than he was then. So like, he grew into learning how to stick to a script, but I just think Safe House, and they were everybody in Safe House like, the hell is this?
Well, by the time we got
what
to
is
Safe
going
House,
on?
by the time we got to Safe House 3, it was what script? But and that's why I say it moved from being a full script to being an outline. They're like, here's the basics of what you need to be doing. Because like I felt like there was an element of June Dunk having like, okay, we do have to check in about a few things. But for the most part, you're right. They were the most out of pocket, like of their generation. They were the most like, throw the whole script out.
Because we didn't really get introduced to the, and when we did, they were having sleepovers. That was crazy. Everything they did was crazy. Nobody did any of that stuff, and everybody was like, "Y'all really up in your house on New Year's? What is going on?" Like, no one understood what was going on
New
over
Year's
there.
content.
They were, going out with the family together. Like, they didn't seem to and I was saying that because I think a testament to it definitely is Earth Mix, because when you watch them, that's who they identify.
100%.
That's who they chose, and so I feel like if they grew up watching Earth Mix, then they grew up not watching a script, is my point. And so then they just came in wilding, because they were like, what? We're just Earth mixing it up over here. Like, is that not a thing you can do?
Yeah.
That's the way I kind of see them. Where Puin had been in there a while, he was a little more institutionalized.
Yeah. I only slightly disagree in that I feel like they knew that there was things that they still needed to show a camera, but I do agree that they were absolutely the most out of pocket, and they were the most like, I just have to love my person and it's gonna be fine. They were the most like, I just gotta love him and be fine. But when I compare them to like this new generation, I'm like,
yeah, this generation just don't care. I don't think it's that they don't care. They just don't.
They just want to be themselves. They just, because when I say that it was an outline, there was always a checking in. There was always a conscious, you could see it, like a checking in of like, oh, right. Like you mentioned, like you said, like, oh, should I be doing that? Like, there's a conscious check in. Whereas this generation is like, I'm going to be myself. And it is what it is, and you're gonna deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think about Thomas Kong in that regard so hard.
I adore them.
So,
I
I love them
adore
so
them.
I
much.
love their
I love them
dynamics
so
so
much.
much.
And they're just like, I don't know what you want from me. I can't give you what you want. I can just give you this. And
Yeah.
it's much more enjoyable when that's the other thing that I think what's better to, and someone was like, it's this company. I'm like, no, most of the companies are doing this now.
Yeah.
I hate it when people talk like that. Most of the companies are allowing the people to choose their partner. It has changed the game completely.
Yes, it has.
Because you have two people on board. They're in agreement.
Yeah.
Kong is not. Thomas is a lot in a lot of ways. Kong is a lot in a lot of ways. They're both into it. So we don't have to feel discomfort watching it. Because, yeah, Thomas gets super jealous sometimes. Do you see that smile on Kong's face? Or sometimes Kong will poke the bear just to check in, make sure he's still getting jealous. And you can also
see Kong shut it down when it needs to be shut down.
Oh, ooh, and so easily. He just did the and Thomas. Yes, and Thomas just goes, and he respects it. He doesn't keep going.
They know what they are. So many pairs that were manufactured had to figure out what they were.
Yes.
These pairs that are finding each other and deciding to be together as each other, they know what they are earlier. And so it's such a delight to see. And I also understand Max Nat, who were they're kind of a middle ground between like the Pillars and the Next Generation. They're in this weird space of like, you guys know that there's a script. You guys know that there's things you're not supposed to be doing initially. And now I feel like Max and I are like, oh, well, we can also do whatever we want.
I think after Xenu got away with it,
yeah,
I think Max had to. So you had Max going, wait a minute. And then you had Nat with Nunu in his ear going, just do what you want, man. Just grab what you want, live your life. So they were both like, well, if these two are gonna go live there, we gonna live our lives.
Yeah, exactly.
We got this now. Ooh, there was something else I was gonna say. Ah, dang it, it's gone. It was you said Max Nat, and I got really excited and forgot everything else. I know. Because I know people have their feelings about the Josh Godwin thing, but it's still a good example. It's still a good example because Godwin was trying to find a partner. Godwin was trying to have a space. And according to Josh, he had been searching and searching and searching for what would work. They're an odd little bunch. Let's just be real. There's a little interesting little duo. It's different. That's a different thing going on there. But they made it work. It would not work.
100%.
It would not work if it wasn't them together.
Yeah, 100%. They're little weirdos, but
I can't. I can't read that vibe, but there is a vibe there, and they're doing their thing.
I don't know what that is, but that is something.
I don't know what that thing
and
is.
You know what? Nobody looks like they're gonna knock Godwin out anymore. So that's
he's focused. Josh got him. Godwin got the and I don't want to make it sound weird. He just wanted somebody to be there.
Yeah,
but he was on the outside. Always.
But he was putting himself in precarious situations to try to find somebody. That was
he couldn't read the room.
He could never read the room. Oh my God! I'll never forget so many moments.
There was a new one. I don't think I shared. I'm not sure if I shared it or not. Where someone didn't edit. So when we were at the birthday or the graduation with Dunk, we always focus on June being like
the knockout.
Get out of here, dude! Like that.
Lay him out. Yep.
I totally. Oh, this wasn't Gowan. Never mind. I'm reel that back and tell you later. That wasn't about Gowan.
I can talk about another Gowan moment that's not just the June almost laying him out. Is this last episode of X Morning having that through line with Big Ohm as the ex crush or whatever. The look that's on Singto's face, and I was like, I've seen that look before. I have seen that look before. And it was recent.
It felt like with So we talk about how hard it was for Chris to see Cinto with another pair.
Uh-huh.
I don't. So Cinto seems like, I mean, of course, his character and him share a lot,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so his character is not quick to say when he's not quick to admit the
Right,
stuff
yeah.
that's going on internally. And so I don't know, even if you pressed Cinto today, I don't think he would say he was feeling a little some kind of way about
Right. Yeah,
seeing
he'd
Chris
never own
with
it.
Gowan, but Gowan got pushed up, and I don't want to feed into that. That fandom got weird, so I'm
It got
hesitant
so
talking
weird.
about it.
So
I don't
weird.
think they're here, so I think we're okay. The weird side, I don't know. The things got weird there, where they were like really nasty to Gowan in a way that I didn't think was okay.
Yeah, I don't want that.
No,
This
but
is not me like trying to be. Yeah, when I mention it, I'm not trying to be mean to Gowan, but it was
Yeah.
very much like a baby. Read the fucking room, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Cinta was like, "I'm home," and Gowan was like, "Welcome." See, you can sit next to me. You can sit next to me, and he's like,
Cinta
"No,
said,
that's
"You're
my
in my
seat."
seat.
Yeah.
there's also just like, so when I look back on his like history of partners and stuff, outside of Pod, I look back on it and I'm like, oh babe, you were not set up for success on a regular basis. Because what do you mean you were partnered with First? Who's obsessed with Cow. Those two had been fighting for their lives to be partners. Okay? Not me.
No, I mean, when was he partnered with Pod?
Oh, Dark Blue Kiss.
Oh, that's the beginning. Yeah.
That was the start.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Yeah.
That was the start. And then to be partnered with Chris on his apology tour. Bruh.
Aww. He was so happy though, you guys.
And I'm like, okay, so that's why you can't read a fucking room, because you've been set up with two people who have people who are obsessed with them. So you're gonna go try to make Dunk happen? Dunk. You're gonna try to make Dunk happen.
You know what?
Baby.
We're out of pocket now. It's okay.
Hi,
it's
Savage.
Fine. Because I've now had a flash of when he was hovering around Dunk at the after party for GMMTV. But Joss was there too, and I was like, "What is this?
What's going on here?"
Joss was already probably being like, Gowan's the one." And so I read it as they were both circling Dunk. I now need to go back
because they were both at the graduation too.
Yeah, and then Joss. Oh yeah, they went there together
because Joss.
So that was marinating.
Joss was watching Gowan like this. He was like,
Yeah.
"Oh God." The look on his face was like, "Gee, oh God, oh God."
So they had been marinating that for a minute.
Yeah, and Puin was trying to shut it down, and Pond was just happy to be there, and Jung was going to crash out, and Dunk was like, "Yee."
So why it also is that it just proves. I mean, at the end, we figured Gowan was just clueless and looking for. I think he just wanted companionship.
I think the after party. I think the after party was. Joss was just trying to make Gowan happy because he was trying to convince Gowan to partner with him. I think he was really just trying to like make him happy, and that's why that weirdness with Dunk at the after party with them happened.
That was so weird.
It was so weird, and he left.
Jim came down and pulled him off stage.
Yep.
Jim was
and
like, "Shut it down."
And then Dunk left real soon after, and June was crying because he's leaving, and it was like, oh my God, the drama.
It was so dramatic.
But I'm whatever they've got going. God bless them. Happy for them. I don't understand that dynamic, but it's happening, and good for them.
Yeah, we don't know.
I think
a lot, though.
For some pairs, I just sit back and I watch, and I'm like, I'm just waiting for the moment where I go, aha. But with them, I'm waiting for that moment. But it works.
They figured it out, and Joss is like, this is it. Every time you hear him talk about it, he was very intentional. He was like, I have to find the person. I think people aren't taking seriously how much he has taken seriously being in BL.
They're not.
Being in BL, building he has a plan.
Yeah.
And it's working. It's working.
They're not, because just like we're saying, people like it's not just Gowan who can't read a room. There are plenty of people that can't read a room. The amount in those scrolling videos that I was talking about that I keep seeing a bunch of different opinions about BL things. So many people are commenting on Joss's sexuality and saying, well, he must be straight because of the way he looks. And I'm like, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this, and then I'm probably going to slap you in the face. That's not how sexuality works. That's not how it works. Some of us reflect it in our physical appearance, but also some of us don't. And also, so many people can't tell, frankly.
Mhm.
You that's not them as the problem. You can't tell.
Jim gays are a thing.
Jim, and I'm not saying he is, but I'm also not saying he's straight. Like, it's the insistence that that man is absolutely straight, so there's absolutely nothing happened between him and Gawain is just really irritating. Like,
I was gonna say though, just even straight or gay, the fact that they can't get past the idea that he's taking it seriously.
Yeah.
Like their impression is if he were straight, he wouldn't. Everyone seems to think that if a straight dude goes into BL, it's definitely to go somewhere else. And I am telling you right now, that is not true. It may have been in the past, even though I don't buy that either. I still don't buy that. But that is definitely not the trajectory of BL right now. That is not, they are not using it to go somewhere else. That's not a thing anymore.
Either time it makes sense for I think that in the past, going into BL to get out of BL doesn't make any sense because
it'd be hella hard.
Yeah, would get pigeonholed into BL. And now I think BL is where you're aiming for, if I'm gonna be honest. Because that's what there's a reason that GMMTV 80% of their look ahead was gay shows.
I think that early days it was so much was a lie that was said, not just to fans, but to actors. I think it was a lie that was told by managers to actors. Well, if you just do this show, it at least gets your name out there because you're not getting other roles. So if you do this show, you'll stand out and you can get into other shows. That's how you did get actors who were genuinely homophobic in BLs. There weren't a ton of them for anybody's like, oh, it was all no. There was a select few that were very clearly not cool with queer people or telling queer stories, but they did it anyway because they were, I swear to God, it was a thing that managers and casting directors and stuff were going, oh, just do this thing and it gets you out there and then you can transition. I think those were weeded out eventually because BL then became its own thing. And they were like, I don't want any part of this. And it was like, goodbye. So and then that goes to like the ones who didn't want it and are not okay telling queer stories said, okay, goodbye. I'm just trying to emphasize that because if they're still doing it, they're probably not okay with it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's as subtle as I'm going to get.
I would say, like, if you're stuck on, you think this actor is straight, okay, like let's hypothetical it. Not, people are convinced Joss is straight. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. We don't really know. But say he is. That doesn't mean, one, that he's homophobic, and two, that like he internally hates BL. You do not decide your future on something that you hate with a passion. That's just not a thing that people do. And if you listen to him in these interviews, he is like, I needed to pick someone I was ready to build a future with, because I understand once I pick my partner, I'm going to be with them for a very long time. Now, he could have left GMM, he could have gone independent. It's hard.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, if you're homophobic and you don't want to be around queer people, this is the wrong business for you. And 100%. To build your future,
GMMTV is the wrong kind of place to be.
Why do you hate yourself that much that you would stick yourself? It's not that good of money.
It's not good money. I cannot emphasize that enough. It has not gotten better. The money is not that good. Oh my God. Oh,
I just don't understand that logic. Now they are building idols. That is a true thing. And to your point, that's the other thing I was going to say, to your point about the lie. often, because people still don't understand, there are actors who want to sing, not the other way around. A lot of them, they are literally there to sing, not act. And they were told you have to do BL if you want to get this song. If you want to get in Riser, you better do some BL first.
Yeah.
Get yourself a partner, because this I can market. This I can sell. I can also get you in the same way Sarah said for the other part. I can get you in front of people. They can love you, and then I can sell your music.
Yep.
So there is, and I will say the thing that's gone viral now, and I think he's part of the ministry, the Thai ministry, that was talking about their focus on BL. And in his interview he did on TikTok, he said, you know, we don't ask your gender, we don't ask your sexuality when you come in. And I think people have a hard time with understanding that's how it should be.
Yeah.
We really should not be insisting that, because he was specific about gender. I don't ask you what gender you are. The gender you come in and represent, that's a good thing, you guys. That's actually, and he said, we don't ask you your sexuality because we expect you to come in and act. You are actors. And if you've spent any time in an HR department and that upsets you, you should not be upset by that. That is how it should be. We should not be requesting the sexuality and gender of people when they come in to audition for a part. We should not be doing that.
Did we learn nothing from that little not heart killers? Heart stoppers.
People did not.
Little heart stopper boy.
No, people
100% did not learn from that.
I know. That was a
there are a lot of
sad
people who were
rhetorical
okay
question.
with what happened there.
Yeah, and I hate that.
I'd like to set them on fire.
Joss is such a great example of so many things, so I'm still going to talk about Joss for a second. In that, I am somebody who quietly watches certain actors. I don't really talk about it. I just quietly will watch them, and then when they blow up, I'm like, oh, I have some knowledge of this person. Joss is one that I've watched from the beginning, quietly. I'm not like a hardcore fan. There was just something about him that I found. I don't know how to explain it. Some people I'm like a fan of, and I really want to know. And then others I'm like, there's something about you that I feel like I'm unraveling a mystery, and I'm going to watch this happen. I've been watching Joss from the beginning. Much like, and I stand by this opinion, much like Luke, he has been trying to get into BL.
No, he says it. He said it.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm glad he's saying it, but I'm saying just because he says things doesn't mean people listen.
True.
Even him not having to say it, I watched that man want to be in BL. Most of his friends were on the BL side of GMM. He was hanging out with them, and it was creating stupid scandals. He wanted to be in BL. He was waiting, working for this. This was his goal. So any issue you have where you think that he's, I don't know what people's deal is with Joss. There's so many.
I mean, I know.
There's so many different options.
There's the big elephant in the room.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing.
There's multiple elephants, but it's like that just because he has that doesn't mean he wasn't always trying to get here. I think that's where I struggle is like, I know that elephant exists, but it's like people see that elephant and go, well, then that must mean he's just using BL as a one-off.
Homophobic.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's not how that works.
And I think people struggle with the idea that they're not, again, we don't know his sexuality, but also queer men can be misogynistic, and many are.
100%.
I think because a lot of that, there is a lot of self-hating queer men. There's a lot of misogyny in queer men. There are a lot of conservative queer men. So, that is. And if you don't know about it, come to the South. You'll meet them face to face, says someone with some real messy views. Because I'm going to say in the South, many people are white men first.
100%. 100%. So many people are white men first. So many people are men first. So many people are. Work your way through the isms, y'all. But they start here, and it gets. Yep.
And I do think there is an expectation of gold plating these actors that is, I think people are going to have to come to Jesus moment with. It's just that's not a thing. It's not a thing in the straight world. And I know people believe it should be in the queer world, but this is really the acting world that happens to be doing queer shows. I'm going to say that too.
Yeah.
I think there is we're really getting into it. There is a level of altruism that is expected within the BL, like they're doing this for a cause or to that is secondary. This is still writers, people. It's just entertainment. It's just entertainment industry that happens to be focused on something, and now it is shifting into a place where it does try to do good, but that's just because queer people are in the room now. But it is not the main. It's not actually.
Yeah, it is still the
real talk. It's not the goal.
It is still the entertainment industry, and I feel like that is like the basis of all my frustrations about so many things in BL. It's like people not understanding that it's still Hollywood. Do you not understand what that means? I'm not going to say that part out loud.
Yeah. We're walking deep in it now, but I mean, Hollywood is Hollywood. Money, they're trying to make money, and looks matter. All of this stuff, like it is. There's a surface level to it. The same trappings of Hollywood are the same trappings in BL. It's not some utopia you guys have created in your mind. It's just not that. It's just not that.
They're also human beings with flaws. We're K-pop idling them, and I've always hated that part of K-pop.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to shuffle that over to BL as well and say they are still human beings, which means they are going to have flaws. And, because we said it earlier about the South and stuff, but I'm going to say it. They are still men. Can we They are still men. All right. This whole thing about, I can't believe you should, they are men. And that we still live in a patriarchal world. There may be a few societies that are matriarchal, but the majority of the world is still a patriarchal society. They are still men. Okay? So please stop expecting them to not cheat on their girlfriends or
their boyfriends.
Or
say cheat? What you talk about?
Or say misogynistic shit or make highly inappropriate jokes or what. They are men. What are we doing here? Hello.
She got so quiet. He's making an emoji that's the straight smile. It's not a smile, it's the straight mouth going.
Because I was gonna make a joke and I was like, that's not appropriate right now.
and then I said the thing about inappropriate jokes. My bad.
Yeah, you were like, they're just men. They can be misogynistic, and I was gonna be like, yeah, I hate women.
Oh no!
Oh boy!
I'm a man. Hit me with your car.
I was gonna say he's just a guy. Hit him with your car.
I always say like we hold BL to this higher standard of almost perfectionism at this point, and it's just gonna cannibalize itself at some point if you don't like lay off, back off, relax. There are gonna be people you don't like in BL, and they could be gay. Shocker! Just because you don't like them doesn't mean they're straight and homophobic, and that is the line we're at right now, where it's super disturbing and counterproductive. There's that part, and also some of them are dating and they could break up or cheat on each other or just be not good for each other. That doesn't mean everything was a lie. It just means they broke up. Some of these pairs aren't together and they need to not be together and they're going to end, or they were together and they need to not be together and they're going to break up. Like that's part of it. Same as in the straight shows. Literally same. Same.
Yep. Y'all are telling me you watched not YouTube, but like y'all are telling me y'all watched the Tom and Zendaya situation unfold, and you're sitting out here going, none of these guys are falling for their partners. None of these guys are dating other people, but simultaneously falling for somebody else. None of that's happening. you're lying to yourselves. It's obnoxious, and frankly, it's giving homophobia. Just saying. Also, this is my last thing I'll say about them being men. Every time, a cat hair. Every time, one of these scandals drops and people are flabbergasted. You know what sound pops into my head? Hades from Hercules. He's a guy. She's like, he loves me, and she's like, he's a guy. But yeah,
every time's one of those. I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, I am disappointed but not surprised.
Yeah. I get really bothered when people are like surprised or shocked, and I'm like,
or when they hold the company or their friends in like as in response, like they're not if this dude's a douchebag, they're not responsible for it. And yes, you don't always know when your friend's a piece of trash. You don't always know. Sometimes they're not telling you that they're out here sleeping around or that they're awful at home to their spouse, or you don't know these things. It's not like a company-wide story where
exactly
and they're just like, he's horrible at home, but we'd still like him to make this series. Like
they're not putting it in the newsletter that they're baiting their girlfriends. I'm sorry.
And since we're it's real. And since we're saying
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Things that are like, I feel like they're brain breaking for some people, and they're really fighting their cognitive dissonance right now. Sometimes these people are just coworkers.
Yeah.
They are not even friends. They are just coworkers. And so in what world are you telling your coworkers that you hate your girlfriend? In what world are you telling your coworkers that you're cheating on your partner? In what, in some of these instances, it is just coworkers. And I know that that's so hard to come to that like reality, but
you can't.
It's think about it like if you were at your job, you wouldn't be like, oh, thanks, I did get those quarterly reports, Susan. Yeah, I will have that on your desk by next Tuesday. By the way, I am cheating on my wife with my secretary.
And they're like, cool.
That doesn't work. That doesn't happen.
Also, I will say this too. And I mean, the entertainment industry is a little different because the image does affect the company.
Yeah,
so I won't say this is 100% true, but sometimes you find out they're cheating and you still don't fire them.
Yep. Because cheating is technically not a fireable offense.
It's not a fireable offense.
Now, I do look down on the companies that find out that they've been abusing somebody and they keep them. But the cheating is not, it might be a shitty thing for somebody to do, but it's not a fireable offense. Good Lord.
And even then you're stuck. Some of it's tied up in legal stuff, like literal legal stuff.
Yep.
Do you have something legally binding you can use? Because that person can come back and sue you.
Yep.
They can come back and sue you. Like, listen to people who've worked in this area. It's not as cut and dry as your feelings. It's just not.
I like that we've spun out about this after Boys in Love.
I know.
How did we get here? That is
we were talking about the industry. We were talking about how they've grown and changed in terms of generation, and then we were talking about the previous generations, and then we ended up on the industry and Joss and everything. But it's just crazy that this is after a Boys in Love episode.
After Boys in Love.
So crazy. We were.
And by the way, we are specifically at this moment talking about the Thai industry, because the other BL industries have different standards and different expectations and different types of progress and pitfalls. The Thai industry is specific unto itself because they have partnerships that become a whole thing. Whereas in the other countries, sure, there might be some that would like to work together again, but it's not guaranteed. And
You're not getting like
partnerships
3-4 different shows from the same Korean pairs.
Again, I think we talked about this at the end of the Unknown stuff, which if you want to watch that, BL Besties tier on Kelly's Patreon. Words. they are having to find these guys in these other parts of the world that are doing BL are, if they want to stay together, they're finding alternative ways to stay together because it's not guaranteed that they'll have another show. So Zhubin and Zhongmin from Stay With Me are now a music duo in China. Andy and Yu from My Tooth Your Love have a merch line. There are more examples in my brain. It's just not, but they're like, they will find alternative ways to like be together for projects. Which could be just because they're like besties now and they just want to hang out. It could also mean more. Let's not play pretend like it couldn't mean more. But
I was gonna. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just trying to make the very point that like this is what we are saying now is the other industries are still entertainment industries, but they are not the Thai industry, and that's a whole different beast.
I was going to say it's also proof that a lot of these people do want to continue to work together in some capacity. This idea that everyone is trapped in this pair, is just not categorically not. Some people are, to be clear, some are. And that's why but that's also why you see a lot of these things ending.
Yep.
And it's such a double-edged sword, right? Because people are like, we shouldn't trap them in these pairs. Okay, they end, and then everybody loses their mind and won't let that pair end and move on. Like,
and then
no,
you
these
still
people
have
are.
You still have people commenting, Net James on anything that JJ posts. Like
if that pair needed to end, because then they decide, oh, it's something else that needed it. And you can look at some of these pairs and know they needed to end. They needed to end. They need to move on. Let them.
They did.
Let them move on. Let them go do other stuff. If that's what we're saying, they should be able to do. When they choose to do it, it's almost never when they choose to do the thing that everybody says. You have so many people. They shouldn't have pairs. I can hear that all the time, right? And every time I see a pair split, and a lot of times amicably, where they both come on and they're like, look, we're fine. Maybe we're not happy, but we did this thing. We're moving on. They're never allowed to move on. They're never allowed to move on. And still somehow it comes back at, well, they should never be pairs ever. Then you have a very different industry. And I honestly don't think it would work. I'm going to be honest. Some of this is what makes it special.
The
and
model
what draws people to it.
The model is what pulls people.
Mm-hmm.
It's to the point where you can see other countries in with other industries considering doing the Thai model. Like you can see the consideration.
I had my sister watching BL. It wasn't until she saw Tho Off-Road in person together that she then was like tipping into the other side of it.
Yeah.
And now that side brings her so much joy. And she's not stressed out about who's dating who and what's real. And she's a queer woman. And you know what she does? She goes, they make me happy today. I like seeing them. This makes me like, that's it. That's enough. Yeah. That's enough for her.
For reference, I've seen Taiwan kind of look like they're
going to end soon.
Sorry. It looks to my vision, it looks like Taiwan is kind of dabbling with it a little bit.
Yeah.
It actually kind of looks like Korea might head in that direction as well. Eventually, we'll see.
I'd love another show. I would love another show from the two boys from Ball Boys Tactics.
I'd love both of those pairs to.
I think also it just depends. Like some people just work in a pair, but you look at Pond, who's doing Reset, and he's great no matter what. He doesn't need it. He moves around. He's successful enough. That's all other thing. Are you successful on your own? Can you be?
That
there was what was his name? Kevin?
Kauna?
He did a live. I don't know him as an actor, but he did a live, and a bunch of people seemed to know who he was. And they were all like, when's your next show? And, he hadn't been around for a long time. And he's like, I'm independent. He said, I have no idea when I will work again. What he was like, all of these companies are, and people act like they're being mean when a company it's got to put its actors to work first. What do you mean? That's not them being mean. That's them honoring the people they manage.
Yeah.
So he's like, they're always going to put their actors first. So when you are independent, it is difficult to like find a spot. I think for the independent actors, these new government funded shows that are not being done through BL companies, are going to be their avenue in.
Yeah.
So it is going to open a door for independent actors that maybe wasn't there before.
Yeah.
Because the government money is not just going to a GMM or a Mundi. It's not actually going to those established companies. It's going to the Channel 7s and the Channel 1s that are not they are not BL machines. So they're adding BLs to their lineup, but that is not their focal point.
Yeah.
And so that allows these actors, but the flip side of that is you thought you are definitely going to get straight actors then.
Yep.
The influx of straight actors with this government money go hand in hand.
Yep. True.
So it's going to change. And I don't know that we're going to have as many queer writers in those rooms, right? Because
so true.
These companies have made a concerted effort to go gayer.
Yes.
We have watched them put in the work to go gayer. But if they don't get that government money, everything is not VOC.
I feel like we're going to get a little bit of a yo-yo situation where it bounces backwards again and we're all going to be like, no. And then they're going to be like, oh, right, let's go forward again.
Well, anytime there is like a large jump forward, there is
you pull back. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the whole thing with like
a tsunami.
I'm not going to say that. Never mind.
I know what you mean though. I also think that I could see the next step for these entertainment companies being, because we're starting to see it slowly with the smaller ones, separating their talent agencies from their production.
Yeah, that's happening right now.
I truly think GMM at some point is going to say we have a talent division and that's a whole separate company and they're going to have their own name and then they're going to have GMM Productions and it's going to be, they're still going to try to use their GMM actors. That they're still going to be the priority, but I think they're going to be connected, but not under the same building and umbrella. Does that make sense?
Sorry.
No, I'm done.
I was going to say so when their financials came out recently, you see the reorganization of management was directly tied to their financials and the money they were losing on the minute. So because we were talking about this the other day, it felt like this is where the feelings and the money, and people don't see the money, they just feel the feelings. Things were a hot mess on the management side. And you want to think that it was an altruistic move of let's fix it. That's what the fans tell themselves. And I'm like, no, they were losing money. They were losing money on the management side. And so they had to do a restructure so that they, would not hemorrhage money on the management side. So they centralized some of the work so that they could cut back on some of the overhead costs. The after effect of it might be shakeups in management, and now some of your favorite actors might get treated a little bit better in a lot of ways. But to think that it's good PR. It's good PR to make you think that was the goal, but that was not the sole goal.
That was not. Yeah. That probably wasn't even on the list of goals. To be real. Let's keep it a buck. That was probably not even on the list of things they were considering.
It's just interesting to see what fandom decides to believe the story of that they create and what they reject the story of. It's just it's all feelings like that. The industry BL site that came up with all those statistics, and I was just like, this is all wrong. And they kept saying, yeah, because these stories are better, or this production feels better, and I'm like, the profit of a company, sadly, is not dependent on whether you think the stories were done better or not.
Yep.
Oftentimes it's the other way around. When they spend a ton of money on something and you're getting that high quality, they're often not profitable. So it's just and people compare apples and oranges. Like you said, there's some that have management and production together, some that are split. It's just, and we don't need to know all of that stuff either. I just think when people march through the internet with ideas and opinions, but it's just not backed by what's actually happening.
Yeah, for sure. Agreed.
Okay, I've died. I don't know.
And you need to take a break before you have your thing with your sisters. So
I also have to pee really bad.
Oh, and on that note, Thanks for joining us for BL Chef, the after show.
Join us for our reactions. Yoshi's reactions on his YouTube, my reactions on TikTok, and Kelly's after show.
All right, guys. Goodbye.